There is something wrong with me. An emptiness. I'm just drifting.
You know, if there was one thing that made the original Avengers so successful... Scarlett Johansson's titty. Wait, no, sorry. No, that's wrong. All of the original Avengers had heart. And that heart came from the redemption that they were seeking. Everybody fucked up. The best example, of course, is Iron Man, who, in that cave in Afghanistan, he realized the amount of destruction that his work was causing in the world, and he wanted to redeem himself. Well, and now Marvel has a redemption story in the Thunderbolts. I've watched this trailer maybe 5 times now, and I get a spark of the old Marvel. In fact, I think this movie is going to do really well.
You serious?
For a couple of reasons. The first one being, of course, Florence Pugh. I'm sure, I don't know how to say that. Florence. Ilona Belova, the new Black Widow. I don't know if you've seen her in some of the other little bits she's played, but she has been incredible. She was awesome in Hawkeye. She was actually the best part of Hawkeye.
Hi. What was that? I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't hard. Hawkeye was pretty rough around the edges. She was the best part of Black Widow.
Such a poser. Ugh, that was disgusting.
Her scene where she's sitting with her parents and Scarlett brought a tear to my eye because it was done with real heart and real emotion and real hurt.
That wasn't real.
What?
That wasn't real. Who cares?
Don't say that. Please don't say that. It was real. It was real to me. You are my mother. You were my real mother. The closest thing I ever had to one. The best part of my life was fake. And none of you told me.
Because it was done with real heart and real emotion and real hurt. It's a great scene, and it shows her range as an actress. The humor that she brought to the role.
Why do you always do that thing?
Do what?
The thing you do when you're fighting.
You know, the whole poser thing. Come on, everybody loves a poser.
You whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair.
I think she was the best part of Black Widow. I think she was the best part of Hawkeye on so many levels. Every time I think of her, I want to eat mac and cheese.
Put hot sauce on it? Oh, I love hot sauce.
With some sriracha sauce. And she is absolutely awesome. The notion that this character is going for redemption now, I think can be a really big part of the movie. David Harbour, who plays... That guy has some serious acting chops. And the fact that they seem to be playing him a little bit straight this time, where he does actually have some value as a character. He's not just the butt of all the jokes or the guy to be laid into for the feminist narrative. You know, I'll be honest, I'm a dad. My relationship with my daughter is the most important thing in the world. And if they can work on that relationship between him and Elena and really examine that father-daughter dynamic and examine the pain, because clearly, you know, despite having been spies and their relationship being purely fabricated for the sake of the Black Widow movie, I think he genuinely cared for her. And I think she genuinely saw him as a father figure. So if they can examine that and create a real dynamic around it, it can give some real weight and value to the characters. It can give some value to the story. It can make the dynamic of the story better. And that's what I'm seeing in all of these little cuts from the trailer. You know, Bucky, who's been through some awful things in his life, he's done some awful things, and Bucky has been redeemed. There are clips in this trailer where Bucky seems to be acting as a mentor for all of these characters, all of these broken people. And I think that's what Thunderbolts is about. And if they can fucking get it off, it's going to be awesome to have a genuine redemption arc for all of these characters. If they can give these characters real reasons to be heroes as opposed to, well, you're just a kind of heroic person. That notion of failing before succeeding is really present in this trailer, and I find it awesome. So if you can have Bucky as the mentor that helps these people heal as they do something cool and heroic, it can make for an awesome story. It could be a Marvel comeback story. So this movie, which is about redemption for all of these characters, can be Marvel's redemption. Because let's just be honest, the only reasoning you're listening to this is because of my sexy voice. Probably not. The only reason you're listening to this is because you probably deep down still love Marvel movies. You love superheroes. You were like me. You grew up, going to the comic book store every week and being excited for what was coming out. And these Marvel movies over the years, it started out really exciting. It was awesome. The original Hulk and Iron Man and even the terrible Thor movie was great to me, right? And we've all been in this lackluster place where the movies were just ho-hum, and I guess we sort of took it for granted. But if Marvel can have a redemption story in a movie about redemption, I think that could go a long way into generating some goodwill with the fans, with the people who love these movies, because we do. Let's just be honest. There's a point in the trailer where Elena says, "We've all done bad things." And I think it's a great line, because I don't care who you are. You can be a fucking saint or a sinner. We've all done bad things. Movies are great. Characters are great when we can relate to them. When we can say, "Ooh, that's me," in a little bit, especially the bad stuff, right? It just makes me fall in love with the character more. She has had, as I said, some of the best lines through and through in many of the Marvel movies. So, is this trailer perfect? No. Are the characters perfect? Probably not, because they've all been badly written over the years. They've had their bright points because the actors who are playing them are phenomenal, right? Every single one of those people has some serious acting chops, but they've been given bad lines. I'll give you an example. Captain America, Brave New World, had 5 writers. How can you have a singular vision and focus when you've got 5 or 6 people contributing to the story? That you cannot write a story by committee. It has to be one person's vision and goal, maybe 2 when you take people like the Russo brothers. But if you are unable to have a single vision for a story, you end up with the last half dozen Marvel movies. You end up with phase 5 and 6.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Where the stories are terrible. And the other thing, there have been very few reshoots on this movie. And that's a good sign, right? When you have reshoots, it means that you're not confident in your movie. If a movie is focus group driven, rewritten, written by 5 different writers, it's never going to be good. Because if one focus group says, "Oh, this is bad, I don't like this," then you're off to the races rewriting and reshooting your movie, as opposed to having the confidence in your story to do the story well, to do the story justice. If you have a good vision and you execute it with some frickin' heart, you can have a great movie. You can have a great story. But they're not doing that. They're writing by committee. You cannot create beautiful art by committee. Art has to be 1 or 2 hearts hard at work creating something exceptional. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Go see the goddamn movie. I really hope it's good. I love Florence Plouffe, whatever. I can't speak. I'm terrible at this. Go see the movie. I'm going to go see it. I'm definitely excited for the first time in a long time. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Folks, as you know, I am an actual writer, a real writer. I've got, hundreds of reviews on Amazon, and people seem to like my books.
So exciting, isn't it?
So, if you've got a minute, link is below. Check it out. And for you cheap bastards, if you want, I've got actually links in here for audiobooks, which are all free on YouTube. So,
Are you serious?
if you want to actually take the time to see that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, follow the links either to some digital or print copies on Amazon, or you can listen for free here on YouTube. Glad to have you along for the ride, and we'll talk soon.